God. I'll get to that in a moment. Never mind if it smells. This habit is just terrible. I don't think that I could keep up the facade much longer. Not that we have much time. You know, give me a moment to take you in, Cecilia. These 2 weeks have felt like a month, gazing at you from afar. You know, so much better. You know, this is our first time truly being alone together. The temptation of lust will just have to continue to wait, much to my chagrin and your father's pleasure. It wasn't enough that your parents couldn't accept us. They sent you here to this convent. My heart dropped when I heard you became a nun. I was ready to duel in your honor, but I understand why you wouldn't want me being so gay over the possibility of stabbing your father. Not as if he doesn't deserve it. No, I'm just glad I was able to track down where they tried to hide you. Oh, look, I know that when I first snuck in here 2 weeks ago, seeing me was a surprise. And that habit, even I did not think that I looked like the Julie you knew. I lied and took vows that I didn't believe in. Lord knows that I haven't been chaste since 13. All of that was done for you. I'm here now, though, so this is asking a lot, but I think that you are ready for it. My beautiful Mademoiselle, run away with me. This convent isn't big enough for us. Avignon isn't big enough for us. Hell, Paris isn't big enough for us. It's a city with no secrets. That's why we need to run away and let us see the world together. As long as we are together, we could go anywhere. No, don't be so droll. Hear me out first. I have a plan to escape this place, and no one will come after us. I'm not asking you to be a swordsman like he was. Don't you dare compare yourself to Saran, that cocksucker! Because the gluttons further as you know, I don't want any southern manners. Hell, that hopeless bigot couldn't believe I became a better swordsman than he was, so please, don't be like that. The only way you'd make me even more upset is if you acted as much of a fool as Maupin. God help that man. When I first ran away with Saran, it had been a means to my freedom. I ran away with him so that I could be free. I didn't want to be held as an object by the Armagnac, who married me off to Maupin just so that I could be his mistress. I knew every inch of those walls. Let me be a means for your freedom. I want you to see the olive leaves and the poppies and the cornflowers. I want to sing at the top of my lungs with you in country taverns. A new place every morning. A new place, but not a new person. I know that you have always wondered, since you first saw me perform, if I could commit to you and swear off other men and women. I won't lie to you and say that I'm no longer attracted to men. I'm attracted to both men and women. Call it my sin, wanting too much. Not natural, not right. I'm mad, I'm evil. In my heart there, I know that anyone else's opinion is wrong. Neither love is less, neither one is more. My point of view is not anyone's business but my own. You are my goddess within reach. Affix me as your one. I would give my body and soul for you. Ah? I see that smile. You can't hide that from me. Amor, I know how we can get you out of here, and no one would be the wiser. They wouldn't even be inclined to come looking. You remember when Sister Denise died last week? Yes, I know. It was a tragic affair, all the cries and whatnot. Everyone sobbed, murmured, and then she was lowered into the ground. After that, though, that was it. So, what if your parents thought you were dead? No, I'm not saying that we try to fake our own deaths, Juliet style, with the fake poison in hopes that they leave you alone. Too risky. And call it the dandy in me, but we're both too gorgeous for that. But in this rug, I have a solution. Voila! It's Sister Denise! She can be your body double. What? She was already dead. You just have to put her body on your bed, light it on fire, and run away together. Trust me. What's with the horrid look? I know that this is morbid, but retrieving her was easier than the stable duties Papa would assign to me at Versailles in the summer. And Denise doesn't smell nearly as bad either. The ground was still soft, and no one goes to the graveyard after sundown. It's really more simple than you think. I'm not telling you that you have to pick it up, not that I wouldn't appreciate the men. The plan is that we put her body on your bed, so that way it looks like you died in the fire. Once the body is burnt, no one can tell that it's not you. That way your father doesn't come looking. Oh, come on, Cecilia, let me help you about that. Stop it! You have a better idea? No, I didn't think so. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to upset you. We're both stressed here. You, by being stuck here, not only by your parents' actions, but by your own fear. And me, I'm just trying to be with the woman I love. You don't want to leave, do you? Do you remember this bracelet? The night you threw it among the flowers, I couldn't help but put it on. Saran thought I was mad, not only to accept it, but that by wearing it, it would affect my fencing ability. Just like me. Too easy to get caught. I haven't been able to take it off since that day. Even after I shoved Saran out of the carriage for sneering at the possibility of us. I didn't feel wrong. I would never talk to him again after that. I couldn't get that merchant's daughter out of my head. How she must have saved to afford such a token. How many nights had she watched me, waiting? How many nights had I missed that face smiling back at me? I don't think that even you knew what door you opened the night you threw me the bracelet. I can't imagine what horrors you faced from your father, words of shame that came forth and drowned you in guilt. Do you pray not to love me? I could never blame you. I'm not mad at you, I'm just mad. I don't know what it's like to be broken like that. If Papa had been a different man, I might be cut from an unrecognizable cloth. But what I do know, Cecilia, is that you are beautiful, not only in mind and body, but in soul. Together, we spark. How can something that fills you with such hope and love not come from God? You fear that loving me is a shadow upon your soul. How can you love me and still not be giving into sin? I know that I don't often talk about God. Mainly it's not my place. But in this convent, though, there is not much of a difference between your current situation and that of Sister Denise. There is so much more to life, Cecilia, than breathing inside 4 brown walls. You could stay here. You could do the same thing day in and day out. You could wake up for the first of our prayers, called Lauds, at 6 a.m. Then, by noon, the third of our prayers, called Sext. And then, by 6 p.m., the prayers called Campaline, to pray to the office in official capacity for the 6th time that day before retiring for the night. But what have you done? Have you felt the wind through your ebony hair? Have you felt the sun caress your beautiful golden skin? What is the point of being alive if you don't live, Cecilia? You think that strength comes easy for me. Papa would always say to me, the stealth rests in your fingertips, the power in your thighs. The strength comes only from your mind. Fingertips, wrists, thighs, brain. These are your weapons. The sword is merely a beautiful accessory. So, let me admire that brain, honor those thighs, and I promise, with every berry, to protect you with this. I'm not saying that things will be easy. Far from it. But never mind being meek. You cannot wait for this world to extinguish you. Rob it, grab it, do what you must. Your only enemy is fear, Master Lancourt used to tell me. So now I say it to you. Can you overcome that fear? Can you take that risk and come with me? You don't have to touch a thing. You know that I can take care of you. You stay right there. Stay right there. I guess there's